Now let's talk about communication. What is the place of communication in connection? Now, as we all may have learned in one stage of our education or the other, communication is a process. And the process starts from one individual deciding, move to the next slide, deciding to reach out to another individual with a message or with an intention. So there are times where you don't need to speak your message, but your communication or your information can reach the other party. Look, I mean, for many of us as parents, we just take a look at our children in a situation. They know what we are trying to send, the message we are sending to them. Just the looks alone. It is not words. It is looks. And it communicates the information you are sending out there. Now remember that there are these forces that are involved in communication. The first one is that there must be a message, whichever way you look at it, whether by look, whether by words, whether by action, whether by emotion, there must be a message. If there is no message, there's no communication. That message does not necessarily need to be tangible. It can also be in any other form. The second thing you need to realize is that there must be a recipient for that message. If there's no recipient, there cannot be a communication. So the sender or the person who has the intention to communicate anything must have somebody waiting to receive it, or a certain setup that will take that information. The third is that there must be an action that you must receive from that communication. We call the feedback. And so in some areas, they'll tell you that if the feedback does not happen, communication is not deemed to have taken place. The person who sent the message must get some kind of feedback that tells him or her whether you have received that message or not. And even whether you have received the right message or not. Now, in the midst of all this, there's something we call noise. Noise is anything that in any way will prevent that message from being delivered in the sanctity in which we expect it to be delivered. And noise could be in any form, not just necessarily the sound we hear. Noise could be anything. It could be a distraction. So I'm speaking to you now. Some animal passes here. You turn your eye, you come back. You've lost the message. That is noise. But we are used to noise as sound. But in this context, noise is not just sound. It is anything that has the potential to unduly subdue the message that is being sent to the recipient.